What if money was never meant to measure value at all? What if its true purpose quietly shifted into something far more powerful and far more dangerous? We're taught that currency is just a neutral tool, a convenient stand-in for barter, a harmless medium of exchange. But that assumption hides a mystery that has shaped empires and collapsed civilizations. The moment currency stopped reflecting value and started enforcing power. To understand this shift, we have to rewind to the earliest forms of money, when shells, silver, and grain receipts emerged not from markets but from temples and palaces, where authority needed a way to record obligation, not freedom. In ancient Mesopotamia, money began as accounting who owed what to whom long before coins ever touched common hands. And rulers quickly realized that if you controlled the unit of account, you controlled society itself. The story accelerates in Lydia around 600 BCE, where the first metal coins appeared stamped with the king's seal, a quiet but revolutionary act that fused trust with authority. Because now value didn't live in the metal alone, but in the symbol of power backing it. From there, currency spread with empires, especially Rome, where coins carried emperors' faces and loyalty traveled alongside legions. Yet the cause and effect was brutal. Wars demanded funding. Funding demanded more coins. And more coins meant less silver per coin, until inflation hollowed out trust and the empire itself began to fracture. This pattern repeated through medieval Europe, where monarchs clipped coins to finance conflicts, and then reached a breaking point in the modern era with the creation of central banks. Institutions designed to stabilize currency, but which also centralized unprecedented power. The gold standard initially restrained this authority, tethering money to a physical limit. But crisis, especially World War I and the Great Depression, made that limit feel intolerable, leading to its gradual abandonment and the rise of fiat currency, money backed not by gold, but by state decree. The breaking point arrived in 1971, when the U.S. closed the gold window, ending the last global anchor to material value. And from that moment forward, currency became pure policy, adjustable at will, powerful enough to stimulate growth or crush economies, yet fragile enough to collapse trust overnight. The fallout has been uneven but relentless, with cycles of inflation, debt expansion, and asset bubbles becoming features, not bugs, of the system, while attempted fixes, interest rate manipulation, quantitative easing, austerity have repeatedly treated symptoms without addressing the root shift from value to control. Today, the parallels are impossible to ignore. Global debt exceeds 300% of world GDP. Purchasing power erodes while asset prices soar, and money creation increasingly benefits those closest to financial power centers first. A pattern economists call the Cantillon effect, but ordinary people experience as stagnating wages and rising costs. Even digital currencies and cashless systems, often marketed as liberation, echo the same structure, concentrating surveillance and control while promising efficiency. The repeating lesson is stark. When currency becomes a tool of power, it no longer merely reflects economic reality, it reshapes it, deciding who can act, who must wait, and who absorbs the cost of every correction. The three takeaways are clear. First, money is never neutral, and whoever controls its creation controls outcomes. Second, systems built on expandable currency inevitably trade short-term stability for long-term distortion. And third, ignoring history doesn't prevent repetition, it accelerates it. The open question isn't whether currency will continue to be used as power, but how openly and how extensively, especially in a world moving toward programmable money and centralized digital control. The warning is simple but uncomfortable. When value is defined by authority rather than reality, trust becomes temporary and freedom conditional. In the moment people realize this is often the moment systems begin to change. If this story challenged how you think about money, history, and control, take a moment to like, subscribe, and share. Because understanding the past isn't just educationally one of the few defenses we have against repeating it.